Hi guys, this is Amy, and today in my documenting my journey in recovery, past week I haven't really been feeling very well. Um, Last night finally I got some really good sleep, but part of that was that I hadn't taken my meds in a few days. Was waiting on the doctor authorization because, of course, it doesn't make it easy on us, but finally I got it, and last night I was able to sleep well, and but I'm still not like 100%. I'm still struggling. Yesterday was a pretty difficult day for me. I was struggling with a lot of severe symptoms of a panic attack, but gratefully I was able to cope wonderfully. But anyway, I have some sheets that I want to read for you. I'm sorry, I've been crafting, trying to help with the symptoms and stuff, and I have kind of like a little mini mess going on here. Just want to move stuff out of the way so that I can have room and I don't get things mixed up, because I want to see if I have enough time to do everything that I want to do and share with you guys. But for those of you who do not know, I wanted to give you like an explanation of what major depression is, which is one of the things that I have been diagnosed with. It says, what is major depression? Major depression is a psychiatric disorder in which people feel intense sadness, worthlessness, hopelessness, and helplessness for significant periods of time. These feelings surpass the normal ups and downs of everyday life and affect people's ability to function. Between 10 and 15% of people experience major depression at some time in their lives. The disorder is more common in women than in men. The severity of major depression symptoms often varies over time, with episodes of more severe symptoms lasting several weeks or months. Okay, so that is the definition of what major depression is. What major depression is not. Major depression is not just temporary sad feelings, difficulties concentrating, or withdrawal from other people that occur during or after major life events. Major depression is also not the normal feeling of sadness and loss that is part of the grieving process followed by the death of a loved one. Major depression should also not be confused with the depressant effects of long-term substance abuse, particularly alcoholism. Sometimes dark and negative moods are associated with withdrawal from or cravings for substances. In early recovery, feelings of guilt, shame, grief, and regret typically arise. These are normal feelings as people come to terms with the consequences of their addiction. Experiencing and facing these feelings are important tasks of early recovery. And what are the primary symptoms of major depression? Major depression is diagnosed when people experience moderate or severe symptoms for at least a 2-week period of time, and when those symptoms affect ordinary daily functioning. Symptoms include persistent sad or irritable mood, pronounced changes in sleep, appetite, or energy, difficulty thinking, concentrating, and remembering, physical slowing or agitation, lack of interest in or pleasure from activities that were once enjoyed, feelings of guilt, worthlessness, hopelessness, or emptiness, recurrent thoughts of death or suicide, persistent physical symptoms that do not respond to treatment, such as headaches, digestive disorders, and chronic pain. And although there is no single cause of major depression, it is believed that psychological, biological, and environmental factors contribute to its development. Genetics may also play a role. Okay, and then it goes on to treatment and recovery and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you guys that info and also the information on panic disorder, which also I was diagnosed with. What is panic disorder? Between 1 and 2% of the population have panic disorder during their lifetime. Panic disorder is characterized by multiple panic attacks and episodes of extreme fear and terror that last anywhere from a few minutes to an hour. People who have had such an attack often describe it as being the most intense, frightening, and confusing experience that has ever happened to them. They may have felt like they were having a heart attack, dying, or going crazy, and as a result, they tend to avoid the place or situation in which they first experienced it. This high level of anxiety can greatly interfere with everyday functioning. People with panic disorder may completely shut themselves off from the outside world by staying home and avoiding normal, everyday activities. A person has panic disorder if such an attack has occurred more than once and if at least 4 of the primary symptoms listed below are present. What panic disorder is not. The term panic disorder does not apply to the anxiety associated with a stressful life situation, such as a legal problem, divorce, or parental worries. A person feeling fear or apprehension about a social situation, an event, or performance does not necessarily have a panic disorder. Some feelings related to substance use may resemble panic sensations. For example, the heightened energy following drug use, sometimes called a rush. Many symptoms of withdrawal can also mimic those of panic. Care should be taken to discern substance-related symptoms from panic attacks or panic disorder. What are the primary symptoms of panic disorder? Rapid or pounding heartbeat, sweating, trembling or shaking, shortness of breath, choking or smothering sensations, chest pain, feeling unreal, disconnected or detached from oneself, feeling unsteady, faintness, fear of losing control, going crazy or dying, numbness or tingling sensations, chills or hot flashes. Research shows that panic disorder is caused by a combination of genetic and environmental factors, and it is sometimes immediately preceded by a very stressful life event such as the death of a loved one. But in most cases, people with panic disorder cannot connect its beginnings with any one event. And then it goes on to describe the treatments and such for that. So there are the explanations for what those illnesses are and what they are not, in case if there are any confusions. And I also wanted to quote some things that Dr. Brene Brown have said. She says, owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. Letting go of what others think. I think that for me, that is the biggest problem. I worry so much about what others think about me and if I'm accepted or not, that it contributes to the symptoms that I feel. It says the dark does not destroy the light, it defines it, but the fear of the dark is what casts our joy into the shadows. And the difference between shame and guilt. Shame is self-talk linked to addiction, depression, bullying. Guilt is healthy and necessary. And authenticity is a choice we make every day. I am enough. The courage to be imperfect. Perfectionism is a defense mechanism used to protect ourselves from shame and judgment. Authentic people hold boundaries, choose discomfort over resentment. We cannot say what we need to say until I start with, I am enough. Okay? Love is letting ourselves be deeply seen and known. We can only find belonging when we understand this concept that love is letting ourselves be deeply seen and known. Whoever is going to love you is going to love you for who you are, how you are. Okay? Okay. It says you cannot actively numb emotions. When we numb using whatever method, we numb all emotions, including peace and joy. So numbing is not a good idea. Okay, and then there are some tools for building self-esteem, because as we all know that those of us that suffer from these illnesses, self-esteem is greatly affected because of the stigma associated with the illness. It is even worse. So, all right. Number one, remember to appreciate yourself at the end of each day for the little and big accomplishments of the day. Focus on the positive. 2, keep your self-talk positive. Keep correcting yourself. Ask others to correct you as well. Number 3, say your affirmations at least twice a day for 21 to 30 days. It takes this long to really change what we tell ourselves. Keep saying them as you need them after that time. Place some affirmations around your home, vehicle, office. See them each day. Take time for yourself. Spend time by yourself, relaxing, meditating, praying, etc. Do something to nurture you every day. Get some sort of physical movement in your life. Aim for 3 times per week. Get a massage. Give and get hugs every day. Ask, ask, ask. Keep asking. Others are not mind readers. Tell them what you want and make it easier for them to give to you. Allow people to help you. You deserve it. Say no when you want to. Your time is important. Use it for your highest good. Bite off less than you can chew. You can always take another bite. Surround yourself with supportive and nurturing people. Avoid the toxic ones. Don't be afraid to express your love and appreciation for other people in your life. Remember that it's okay to express your feelings. You'll feel better afterward. Listen up, play more, or lighten up, play more. Schedule time for play and recreation. Tell the total truth faster. Remind yourself that you can rewrite the messages in your mind. Okay, so those are tools for building self-esteem. It is so important that we surround ourselves, even if that group is small. It's better to have a small group around you that is nurturing and that can help build you up instead of tear you down in your recovery process. Toxic people, you need to avoid them at all costs. That's people who use you can recognize a toxic person when they talk to you. They tell you you should or you shouldn't, or you need. No, those are terms that are demeaning to a person and do not contribute to your well-being. Okay, these are people who are just toxic in themselves and maybe have problems themselves, and they don't want to recognize it. They're in denial maybe, or whatever may be. But the proper terms would be I feel that this would be healthy for you, or what do you think about this alternative than. Never ever ever try to impose yourself or your ideas or your beliefs or your thinking on other people forcibly by making them feel less than what they are, because that does not help in the recovery process. Okay, last but not least, to wrap this up is a rights. We all have rights. There's something called the Constitution and all that, but we also have personal rights. And it says, I have rights. I can assert my rights, but I cannot force others to recognize them. Rights come with responsibilities. This includes recognizing that others also have these rights. I have the right to say no, to refuse requests from others without feeling selfish or guilty. I have the right to make requests, to ask for consideration, help, and affection from others, to ask for something I want, knowing the other person has the right to say no, to ask others to change their behavior. I have the right to have needs, to use my judgment in deciding my own needs, to tell others what my needs are. I have the right to be myself, to take the time and space I need to sort out my reactions, to make mistakes and to be responsible for them, to change my mind, to feel and express anger and other emotions. I have the right to be respected, to be treated as an adult, to not have others impose their values on me, to have my opinions and ideas given the same respect and consideration others have, to not automatically be assumed wrong. These are all rights that we have, not just as patients, but as human beings. And I really hope that this video helps someone out there. It is so important to focus on your recovery at this moment. That is what I am trying to do. I'm getting better every day, and I am learning to use my coping skills, reframing my thoughts, and trying to keep on track and focused. And if it wasn't for my faith in God, I don't know where I would be today, because even though there's such a huge stigma in religion in general, no matter what religion it is, my personal faith in God and what I believe has really helped me in my recovery process, and has given me a lot of hope. And I know that God can heal me of this. And if he's allowing me to go through this, there has to be a purpose. There has to be a reason why I'm going through this. And I've always said, if everything that I've gone through in my life serves to but help one person before I die, then hey, it was all worth it. It really was all worth it. So thank you for spending this time with me, guys, and I really hope that those of you who are struggling with mental illness or brain disease, the way I like to call it, can get the help that you need, and know that there's not just a magical cure, a magical pill, for instance, that can cure it all and it'll all go away. It's a combination of therapy and self-practice, and time for healing and making adjustments in your life to have a more healthy environment. All of that coupled with your doctor's care and counseling and your toolbox that you receive in therapy, all of that, your coping skills will all help you on your road to recovery. I wish you all well and a speedy recovery in this journey. Mine has been a difficult one, but I have faith that one day I will be able to come on here and say that, you know what, I finally feel normal. I feel like I can function 100% without medication, and that I am okay. I'm going to be okay. So thank you all for watching. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on where you are and when you watch this video. And keep your day positive. See you in my next video, guys. Bye.